I paint pictures with poems. Poetry. As strange as it may sound, Jay-Z is an underrated rapper. Yes, he is recognized for his swaggering self-confidence and astonishing verbal gifts, but he is not nearly as celebrated for his vivid and extremely sophisticated romp on poetry's playground of metaphor and metonymy, simile and synecdoche. He is Robert Frost with a Brooklyn accent, Rita Dove with a Jesus piece. Meanwhile, Jay is ambushed by double entendres, and instead of turning them over to English authorities, he plays judge and jury and gives them long sentences. Jay has proved his mettle and pedigree as a poet through the sophisticated use of literary devices and refined craft. He's shown it through the use of hyperbole and braggadocio, and by his ingenious extension of the black oral tradition. Jay-Z provokes reflection on big social and moral concerns. And, of course, artistic ones, too, although it becomes apparent the more I study him that he is no average bear, that he is, quite simply, a rhetorical genius whose wordplay and literary skill are nonpareil. The more I pore over his lyrics, the more I realize that I am dealing with an extremely intelligent poet whose work matches the poets I've admired since childhood. He can describe street hustling with an artistic verve that is every bit as beautiful and poignant as that of the best canon poets. His rolling or clipped cadences, his dense or simple descriptions, his slow or sped-up observations about life unfurl like a thickly knitted quilt cast over shivering bones. I am impressed with how effortless Jay-Z makes it all seem. I have grown to appreciate just how much work goes into finding the right word, fitting in the right phrase, or making just the right allusion. If critics miss Jay's literary sophistication, his high intelligence, his cosmopolitan cultural habits, his adroit readings of social life, his adept deconstructions of pop culture, his public intellectual labor, perhaps it is because, as Jay-Z says, they insist on a shallow reading of his art. They end up doing, ironically enough, the very thing they accuse him of, namely sticking to the surface.